Which substance contributes to the greenhouse effect at lower atmospheric levels but protects life on Earth in the upper atmosphere? Ozone. Ozone, O3, acts as a greenhouse gas in the lower atmosphere, troposphere, contributing to global warming. In the upper atmosphere, stratosphere, the ozone layer absorbs harmful ultraviolet, UV, radiation from the sun, protecting life on Earth. What is the name of the process by which substances are washed out of the soil? Leaching. Leaching is the process by which water-soluble substances are washed out of the soil or other materials. It can remove nutrients from the soil but also carry pollutants into groundwater. Who was the director of the environmental pressure group Friends of the Earth from 1984 to 1990? Jonathan Porritt. Jonathan Porritt served as the director of Friends of the Earth during a crucial period for environmental activism, contributing significantly to the organization's growth and influence on policy matters. His tenure helped shape public awareness and action on key environmental issues. Which European country has committed to decommissioning all of its nuclear reactors? Sweden. Sweden has made a political commitment to phase out nuclear power, although the exact timeline and methods for decommissioning remain subjects of ongoing debate and policy adjustments. This decision reflects concerns about nuclear safety and waste management. Which Canadian city lent its name to the 1987 International Agreement concerning the protection of the ozone layer? Montreal. The Montreal Protocol, signed in 1987 in Montreal, Canada, is a landmark international agreement designed to protect the ozone layer by phasing out the production and consumption of ozone-depleting substances. The dodo was a bird native to which island? Mauritius. The dodo was an extinct flightless bird endemic to the island of Mauritius, east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. Its extinction in the 17th century serves as a notable example of human-caused species loss. What is the name given to the study of earthquakes? Seismology. Seismology is the scientific study of earthquakes and seismic waves that propagate through the earth. It involves the recording and analysis of ground motion to understand the causes, effects, and potential hazards associated with seismic activity. How are igneous rocks formed? Igneous rocks are formed from cooling volcanic lava. Igneous rocks are formed through the cooling and solidification of magma or lava. Extrusive igneous rocks, like basalt, cool rapidly on the Earth's surface, while intrusive igneous rocks, like granite, cool slowly beneath the surface. Marble is formed by the metamorphosis of which rock? Limestone. Marble is a metamorphic rock that forms when limestone is subjected to high pressure and temperature. This process recrystallizes the original calcite or dolomite minerals in the limestone, resulting in a denser, more durable rock. Which common water pollutant is believed to be harmful to newborn babies? Nitrate. High levels of nitrate in drinking water can be harmful to newborn babies, potentially causing methemoglobinemia, also known as blue baby syndrome. This condition reduces the blood's ability to carry oxygen. What natural feature covers approximately 6% of the Earth's land surface and harbors 40% of the Earth's species? Tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforests are biodiversity hotspots covering a significant portion of the Earth's land surface. Their importance in global ecology is immense, with a critical role in carbon sequestration, climate regulation, and harboring a wide range of plant and animal species. What name is given to the excessive growth of algae sometimes seen in polluted lakes and rivers? A bloom. An algal bloom is a rapid increase or accumulation in the population of algae in freshwater or marine water systems. They are often a result of nutrient pollution, such as excess nitrogen or phosphorus, and can have detrimental effects on water quality and aquatic ecosystems. What was the name of the dioxin-containing defoliant used during the Vietnam War by the United States Army? Agent Orange. Agent Orange, a herbicide and defoliant chemical, was widely used by the US military during the Vietnam War. Its use has been linked to serious health issues in both Vietnamese civilians and US veterans due to its dioxin content. In which area of the world do tropical rainforests predominantly occur? On or near the equator. Tropical rainforests are characterized by high rainfall and biodiversity and are generally located in the equatorial regions of the world between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. This area experiences consistent warmth and humidity, essential for rainforest ecosystems. CITES is an international agreement addressing which specific environmental problem? The trade in endangered species. CITES, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, is an international agreement established in 1975. It aims to regulate and monitor the international trade of endangered species to ensure their survival and prevent their extinction. What force prevents the Earth's atmosphere from escaping into outer space? Gravity. The Earth's gravitational force is responsible for holding the atmosphere in place. Gravity acts upon the atmospheric gases, preventing them from dissipating into the vacuum of space, and contributing to the planet's habitable environment. Which emissions from automobiles are acidic in nature? Nitrogen oxides. Nitrogen oxides, NOx, produced by car engines are acidic pollutants. These emissions contribute to acid rain and smog, impacting both environmental and human health. Which quarry in the Italian region of Tuscany is renowned for the quality of its marble? Carrara. The Carrara quarry in Tuscany, Italy, is famous for producing high-quality white and blue-grey marble. This marble has been used in numerous sculptures and buildings throughout history, owing to its purity and workability. What is the name given to the geological time period, spanning approximately 363 to 290 million years ago, during which extensive coal deposits were formed? Carboniferous. The Carboniferous period, part of the Paleozoic era, is known for the widespread formation of coal deposits from vast swamps and forests. This geological period occurred roughly between 359.2 and 299 million years ago. Which of the following latitudes is located further north, the Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Capricorn? Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer, located at approximately 23.5 degrees north latitude, marks the northernmost point where the sun can appear directly overhead at the June solstice. The Tropic of Capricorn is located at 23.5 degrees south. What term is used to describe the angular distance of a location on the Earth's surface relative to the equator? Latitude. Latitude measures the north-south position of a point on the Earth's surface. It is expressed as an angle ranging from 0 degrees at the equator to 90 degrees at the north and south poles. Which landlocked Asian country is sometimes described as the world's highest rubbish dump, due to the significant amount of waste left behind by mountaineering expeditions? Nepal. Nepal faces significant environmental challenges related to waste management, particularly on Mount Everest and other Himalayan peaks. The accumulation of refuse from expeditions has led to environmental degradation and pollution, earning Nepal this unfortunate descriptor. What is the distinction between weathering and erosion? In erosion, particles of rock are transported away by wind or rain. Weathering is the breakdown of rocks at the Earth's surface through mechanical or chemical processes, while erosion involves the subsequent movement and transportation of these weathered materials by agents like wind, water, or ice. Understanding this difference is crucial in geomorphology. When and where did the Mount Pinatubo eruption occur? In the Philippines, north of Manila, in 1991. The eruption of Mount Pinatubo in June 1991 was one of the largest volcanic eruptions of the 20th century. It significantly impacted the global climate by releasing large quantities of aerosols into the stratosphere. What is the name assigned to the atmospheric layer nearest to the Earth's surface? Troposphere. The troposphere is the lowest layer of Earth's atmosphere, extending from the surface up to about 7 to 20 kilometers. It is where most weather phenomena occur and contains approximately 80% of the atmosphere's mass. What is the designation for the Earth's single landmass, which existed 250 million years ago? Pangaea. Pangaea was a supercontinent that existed during the late Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras, before continental drift separated its constituent landmasses into their current configuration. The concept of Pangaea is fundamental to understanding plate tectonics and biogeography. Which constituent of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, is responsible for ozone depletion? Chlorine. Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, were widely used refrigerants and aerosols that, upon release into the atmosphere, break down in the stratosphere and release chlorine atoms. These chlorine atoms catalyze the destruction of ozone molecules, leading to the thinning of the ozone layer. Why does the presence of lead in gasoline pose a hazard? It can affect the development of the nervous system, especially in children. Lead, when present in gasoline, is released into the atmosphere during combustion. Exposure to lead, particularly in children, can cause severe neurological damage, developmental problems, and other health issues, leading to its eventual phasing out in most countries. What parameter does a barometer measure? Atmospheric pressure. A barometer is an instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure. Variations in atmospheric pressure can indicate changes in weather conditions, with falling pressure often associated with approaching storms. What is the fundamental chemical composition of malachite? Copper carbonate. Malachite is a copper carbonate hydroxide mineral with the chemical formula copper 1 carbonate, O2. It is known for its vibrant green color and is often used as an ornamental stone and pigment. What term describes a fold in the Earth's crust where the rock layers deep inward? Syncline. A syncline is a geological fold characterized by rock layers that deep inward towards the hinge of the fold, forming a trough-like structure. Synclines are often found in conjunction with anticlines, which are upward arching folds. Which type of clouds exclusively forms above 10,000 meters? Cirrus. Cirrus clouds are thin, wispy clouds composed of ice crystals that form at high altitudes, above 10,000 meters, in the atmosphere. They are often associated with fair weather but can also indicate an approaching weather system. What type of scientist might study a podzol? A soil scientist. Podzols are a type of soil typically found in cool, humid climates, characterized by a distinct layer of leached minerals. Soil scientists study the formation, properties, and classification of soils, including podzols, to understand their role in ecosystems and agriculture. Where is an aurora most likely to be observed? The polar skies. Auroras, also known as the northern or southern lights, are natural light displays in the sky, predominantly seen in the high-latitude regions, around the Arctic and Antarctic. They are caused by charged particles from the sun interacting with the Earth's magnetic field and atmosphere. Which atmospheric gas can be converted into fertilizer by certain microorganisms? Nitrogen. Nitrogen fixation is the process by which atmospheric nitrogen, N2, is converted into ammonia, NH3, or other nitrogenous compounds, making it available to plants. Certain bacteria and archaea, often found in the soil or in symbiotic relationships with plants, are responsible for this crucial process. Which layer of the Earth is theorized to be composed of molten iron and nickel? Outer core. The Earth's outer core is a liquid layer approximately 2,400 kilometers thick, located between the mantle and the solid inner core. Its composition of molten iron and nickel and its movement are believed to be responsible for generating the Earth's magnetic field. What is the world's largest nature reserve? Etosha Reserve in Namibia. While the ranking of the world's largest nature reserves can shift with new designations and data, Etosha National Park in Namibia is a prominent example of a vast protected area. Such reserves are crucial for biodiversity conservation and preserving natural habitats. What type of rock is formed by the rapid cooling of molten lava? Obsidian. Obsidian is a volcanic glass formed from rapidly cooled lava, resulting in a smooth, glassy texture. The rapid cooling prevents the formation of mineral crystals, giving obsidian its characteristic appearance. What term is given to rock formations that serve as a source of water? Aquifers. Aquifers are underground layers of permeable rock or sediment that hold groundwater. These geological formations are essential sources of fresh water for drinking, irrigation, and industrial uses. What is the duration of one complete rotation of the Earth on its axis? 1 day. The Earth's rotation on its axis, approximately every 24 hours, defines the length of a day. This rotation is responsible for the cycle of day and night. What is the name of a very hard, naturally occurring mineral, of which ruby and sapphire are gem quality varieties? Corundum. Corundum is a crystalline form of aluminum oxide, Al2O3, and one of the hardest minerals, ranking 9 on the Mohs hardness scale. Ruby and sapphire are gem quality varieties of corundum, distinguished by their color due to trace elements. Corundum is a mineral oxide of which metal? Aluminum. Corundum is a crystalline form of aluminum oxide, aluminium oxide, and is a rock-forming mineral. Its hardness makes it valuable as an abrasive and a key ingredient in gemstones like ruby and sapphire. What is the name of the force that maintains the planet's orbits around the Sun? Gravity. Gravity, the force of attraction between objects with mass, is responsible for keeping planets in orbit around the Sun. Newton's law of universal gravitation describes this force, demonstrating its dependence on mass and distance. Which planet is named after the Roman god of war? Mars. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun, is named after the Roman god of war due to its reddish appearance, which the Romans associated with blood and conflict. Its two moons, Phobos and Deimos, are also named after characters associated with war in Greek mythology. Which planet is the closest to the Sun? Mercury. Mercury is the innermost planet in our solar system and, consequently, the closest to the Sun. Its proximity to the Sun results in extreme temperature variations between its sunlit and shadowed sides. Which two planets take less time than Earth to orbit the Sun? Mercury and Venus. Mercury and Venus, being closer to the Sun than Earth, have shorter orbital paths and higher orbital speeds. This results in orbital periods less than Earth's 365.25 days. Which planet has a day that lasts 8 months, relative to Earth's months? Venus. Venus has an extremely slow rotation, resulting in a sidereal rotation period of approximately 243 Earth days, longer than its orbital period around the Sun. This makes its solar day, the time between successive sunrises, about 117 Earth days or roughly equivalent to 8 Earth months. What is the term for a natural satellite? Moon. A natural satellite, commonly referred to as a moon, is a celestial body that orbits a planet or other larger body. Earth has one natural satellite, the Moon, which influences tides and stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. Who was the first human in space? Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin, a Soviet cosmonaut, was the first human to journey into outer space on April 12, 1961. He completed one orbit around the Earth in the Vostok 1 spacecraft, marking a pivotal moment in the space race. Which was the first space probe to leave the solar system? Pioneer 10. Pioneer 10, launched in 1972, was the first spacecraft to travel beyond the asteroid belt and make direct observations of Jupiter. It is also recognized as the first human-made object to leave our solar system. How many US space shuttles were constructed for orbital flight? 4. Columbia, Endeavour, Discovery, Atlantis. Following the Challenger disaster, the United States operated a fleet of 4 space shuttles, Columbia, Endeavour, Discovery, and Atlantis, for orbital missions. These shuttles were instrumental in deploying satellites, conducting scientific research, and constructing the International Space Station. What is the approximate temperature at the surface of the Sun? 5800 K, 5530 C. The surface temperature of the Sun is approximately 5800 Kelvin, 5530 Celsius. This temperature relates to the photosphere, the visible outer layer of the Sun, and drives many solar phenomena. Which celestial body, currently in the middle of its 10 billion year life cycle, will eventually expand into a red giant before shrinking into a white dwarf? The Sun. Stars like our Sun evolve over billions of years. They transition from main sequence stars to red giants and then, depending on their mass, may become white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes. Which planet completes approximately 4 orbits of the Sun for every single orbit of Earth? Mercury. Mercury, the innermost planet in our solar system, has a significantly shorter orbital period than Earth. This results in it orbiting the Sun approximately 4 times for every 1 Earth year. Which moon is the largest in the solar system? Ganymede. Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter, is the largest moon in our solar system and is even larger than the planet Mercury. Its surface is composed of silicate rock and water ice. Where is the Palomar Observatory located? Mount Palomar, California. The Palomar Observatory, home to the Hale telescope, is situated on Mount Palomar in California. It is a significant astronomical research facility that has contributed greatly to our understanding of the universe. Theoretically, where might one encounter objects compressed to an infinite density? Black hole. A black hole is a region in space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. Singularities at the center of black holes are theorized to contain matter compressed to infinite density. Which is the largest moon of Saturn? Titan. Titan is the largest moon of Saturn and the second largest moon in our solar system. It is unique for having a dense atmosphere and liquid hydrocarbon lakes on its surface. Which is the largest planet in the solar system? Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, a gas giant with a mass more than twice that of all other planets combined. It is known for its Great Red Spot, a persistent anticyclonic storm. What is the smallest planet in the solar system? Pluto. Pluto, reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006, is one of the largest known members of the Kuiper belt. For a long time, it was considered the 9th planet of the solar system. Which is the brightest comet in the solar system? Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet is one of the brightest and most well-known periodic comets visible from Earth. It returns to the inner solar system approximately every 75 years, making it observable within a human lifetime. If one were to travel to the center of the solar system, what celestial body would one encounter? The Sun. The Sun is a G-type main sequence star comprising the solar system's center. Its immense gravity governs the orbits of planets, asteroids, and other objects within the solar system. What is the current recognized number of planets within our solar system? 9. The solar system consists of 9 recognized planets, each with distinct orbital characteristics and physical properties, orbiting the Sun. However, Pluto's status as a planet is subject to ongoing scientific debate. Which planet within our solar system derives its name from the Roman goddess of love and beauty? Venus. Venus, the second planet from the Sun, is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Its thick atmosphere and highly reflective clouds make it the brightest planet in the night sky. What type of extraterrestrial object bears the name of the 17th century astronomer Edmund Halley? A comet. Halley's Comet, officially designated 1P, Halley, is a periodic comet visible from Earth every 75 to 76 years. Named after Edmund Halley, who calculated its orbit, it is one of the most famous comets. What was the designation of the first artificial satellite successfully launched into Earth orbit? Sputnik 1. Sputnik 1, launched by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957, was the first artificial satellite to orbit the Earth. Its launch marked the beginning of the space age and the space race between the Soviet Union and the United States. What was the name of the space shuttle that was destroyed midair on January 28, 1986? Challenger. The Space Shuttle Challenger disintegrated 73 seconds after liftoff on January 28, 1986, resulting in the loss of all 7 astronauts on board. This tragic event led to a temporary suspension of the Space Shuttle program and a thorough review of NASA's safety protocols. What is the predicted ultimate evolutionary stage of the Sun? A white dwarf. The Sun, after exhausting its nuclear fuel, is expected to evolve into a white dwarf. This stellar remnant will be a small, dense, and hot object that slowly cools and fades over billions of years. Which planet in our solar system requires approximately 30 Earth years to complete a single orbit around the Sun? Saturn. Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun, has an orbital period of approximately 29.5 Earth years. Its prominent ring system, composed of ice particles and debris, is a defining feature of the planet. What celestial object, located beyond our solar system, is the most distant object visible to the unaided human eye? Andromeda Galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy, M31, is a spiral galaxy approximately 2.5 million light-years away, making it the most distant object visible to the naked eye. It is the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way and is part of the local group of galaxies. Which planet in our solar system possesses the highest overall density? Earth. Earth is the densest planet in the solar system. This is primarily attributed to its composition, with a large iron core contributing significantly to its overall density. What is the name given to the super-dense stars that sometimes result from a supernova? Neutron stars. Neutron stars are extremely dense remnants of massive stars that have undergone a supernova explosion. They have incredibly strong gravitational fields and rapid rotation speeds. What shape is the Milky Way? Spiral. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy, characterized by a central bar-shaped structure and spiral arms extending outwards. Our solar system is located in one of these spiral arms. When was the first Pioneer space probe launched? 1958. The Pioneer program was a series of unmanned American space missions designed for planetary exploration. Pioneer 1, the first of the series, was launched in 1958. Which planet is named after the sky god who was father of the Titans? Uranus. Uranus is named after the ancient Greek deity of the sky, Ouranos, who was the father of Cronus, Saturn, and thus grandfather of Zeus, Jupiter. It is the only planet named directly after a Greek god rather than a Roman one. Who was the first living creature in space? Laika, a dog on board the Sputnik 2. Laika, a Soviet space dog, became the first living creature to orbit the Earth on Sputnik 2 in 1957. Although she did not survive the mission, it provided valuable data about the effects of spaceflight on living organisms. Visible sunspots vary in number according to a cycle of how many years? 11. The number of sunspots on the Sun's surface fluctuates in a cyclical pattern known as the solar cycle, which lasts approximately 11 years. This cycle is driven by changes in the Sun's magnetic field. Which planet is usually the furthest from the Sun, but sometimes is not? Pluto. Pluto, formerly considered the ninth planet, has a highly elliptical orbit that occasionally brings it closer to the Sun than Neptune. This occurred from 1979 to 1999. What was the name of the American mission to land a man on the moon? Apollo Project. The Apollo program was a US initiative that successfully landed humans on the moon between 1969 and 1972. Apollo 11, launched in 1969, was the first crewed mission to land on the lunar surface. What was the name of the American space station? Skylab. Skylab was the first United States space station, orbiting Earth from 1973 to 1979. It supported 3 crewed missions during which astronauts conducted various scientific experiments. Which country built the Saturn V rocket? USA. The Saturn V was a powerful multi-stage rocket developed by the United States, specifically by NASA, for the Apollo program. It remains the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful rocket ever brought to operational status. Which celestial objects emit energy in the form of pulses? Pulsars. Pulsars are highly magnetized, rotating neutron stars that emit beams of electromagnetic radiation out of their magnetic poles. This radiation is observed as pulses when the rotation axis is not aligned with the magnetic axis. Which celestial body orbits the Sun at an approximate average velocity of 18.5 miles per second? The Earth. The Earth's orbit around the Sun follows an elliptical path, resulting in variations in its speed. The average orbital velocity is approximately 29.78 km per second, 18.5 miles per second. Which element is the second lightest in the universe? Helium. Helium is the second most abundant element in the universe by mass, after hydrogen. Its low atomic mass and high stability contribute to its prevalence in stellar nucleosynthesis. What is the collective term for the numerous small celestial bodies orbiting the Sun? Asteroids. Asteroids are rocky or metallic bodies that orbit the Sun, primarily located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. These remnants from the early solar system provide valuable insights into its formation. Approximately how far does the Sun's gravitational influence extend? About 1.5 light-years. The Sun's gravitational influence, defined by the Oort cloud, is estimated to extend roughly 1.5 light-years from the Sun. This marks the theoretical boundary where the Sun's gravity is still dominant. Which astronomical structure can contract to initiate the formation of a star? A nebula. A nebula, a vast cloud of gas and dust in space, can contract under its own gravity. This contraction triggers nuclear fusion in the core, leading to the birth of a star. What is the academic discipline dedicated to studying the structure and evolution of the universe? Cosmology. Cosmology is the branch of astronomy that deals with the origin, evolution, and ultimate fate of the universe. It encompasses various theories, including the Big Bang theory, and seeks to understand the large-scale structure of the cosmos. What are the standard units of measurement for distances in the universe? Light years. A light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year, approximately 9.461 times 10 to the 12 kilometers, 5.879 times 10 to the 12 miles. It is used to measure astronomical distances because of the vast scale of the universe. What is the alternative name for a shooting star, also known as a falling star? Meteor. A meteor is a small body of matter from outer space that enters the Earth's atmosphere, becoming incandescent as a result of friction and appearing as a streak of light in the sky. They are commonly referred to as shooting or falling stars. What is the Latin designation for the North Star? Polaris. Polaris, also known as the North Star or Pole Star, is designated as Alpha Ursae Minoris. Its position nearly aligns with the North Celestial Pole, making it a crucial navigational reference in the Northern Hemisphere. Which aspect of cosmology are scientists investigating when studying the redshift phenomenon? The expansion of the universe. The redshift phenomenon, the stretching of light waves as they travel through expanding space, provides crucial evidence for the ongoing expansion of the universe, a cornerstone of modern cosmology. Analysis of redshift allows scientists to estimate distances to galaxies and understand the rate of cosmic expansion. Which planet is known to possess the Galilean satellites? Jupiter. The Galilean satellites, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, are the four largest moons of Jupiter, discovered by Galileo Galilei in 1610. These moons are significant due to their diverse geological features and potential for harboring subsurface oceans, making them prime targets for planetary exploration. What celestial event is characterized by a luminosity exceeding that of 100 million suns? A supernova. A supernova is a powerful and luminous stellar explosion that occurs at the end of a massive star's life. Supernovae are critical events in the universe, dispersing heavy elements into space, which are essential for the formation of new stars and planets. Who is credited with developing the aperture synthesis method of radio astronomy? Martin Ryle. Martin Ryle pioneered the technique of aperture synthesis in radio astronomy, which combines signals from multiple smaller radio telescopes to simulate a larger, more powerful telescope. This innovation significantly improved the resolution of radio images and revolutionized the field of radio astronomy, leading to many important discoveries. What were the names of the two space probes launched in 1977 that transmitted remarkable images of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune? Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were launched in 1977 on a grand tour of the outer planets, providing unprecedented images and data about Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune and their moons. These missions significantly advance our understanding of the outer solar system and continue to provide data from interstellar space. What are the clouds of interstellar dust and gas referred to, and are often considered the birthplace of stars? Nebulae. Nebulae are interstellar clouds of dust, hydrogen, helium and other ionized gases, which serve as stellar nurseries where new stars are born. Gravity within nebulae causes these clouds to collapse, leading to the formation of protostars that eventually ignite and become main sequence stars. Which scientist is recognized for first determining how stars synthesize elements? Fred Hoyle. Fred Hoyle was a British astronomer who made significant contributions to the theory of stellar nucleosynthesis, explaining how stars create heavier elements through nuclear fusion in their cores. His work demonstrated that stars are not only sources of energy but also the primary forges of elements essential for life. What distance is an astronomical unit equal to 3.2616 light-years? Parsec. A parsec, equivalent to approximately 3.26 light-years, is a unit of distance used in astronomy to measure the vast distances to stars and galaxies. It's defined as the distance at which an object has a parallax angle of 1 arcsecond, making it a convenient unit for astronomical calculations. Which is the second largest planet in the solar system? Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system, known for its prominent ring system composed of ice particles and rocky debris. Its atmosphere is primarily hydrogen and helium. Which planet has been the focus of investigations for signs of life? Mars. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun, has been the subject of intense scientific scrutiny due to evidence suggesting past or present conditions suitable for microbial life. Robotic missions continue to explore its surface and subsurface for biosignatures. In the general theory of relativity, what causes space-time to be modified? Mass. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, mass and energy warp the fabric of space-time, causing objects to move along curved paths. This curvature is what we perceive as gravity. Which space probes failed to find life on Mars? Viking probes. The Viking 1 and Viking 2 landers, launched by NASA in 1975, conducted experiments on Martian soil to detect microbial activity. While the results were initially ambiguous, the scientific consensus now is that they did not find conclusive evidence of life. Which type of celestial object emits bursts of energy at regular intervals? Pulsar. Pulsars are highly magnetized, rotating neutron stars that emit beams of electromagnetic radiation out of their magnetic poles. These beams sweep through space, and if they cross Earth's line of sight, we observe them as pulses at regular intervals. What is the defining feature of a neutron star? Great density. Neutron stars are extremely dense remnants of massive stars that have undergone supernova explosions. They pack several times the mass of the Sun into a sphere only a few kilometers across, resulting in incredibly strong gravitational fields. Give the French phrase in everyday use that means, spirit of comradeship. Esprit de corps. Esprit de corps is a French phrase that translates to spirit of comradeship or group morale. It refers to a common feeling of pride, fellowship, and loyalty shared by the members of a particular group, organization, or team. How many yards are there in one rod, pole, or perch? 5.5 yards. A rod, pole, or perch is a traditional unit of length in the imperial system, predominantly used in surveying and agriculture. It is precisely defined as 5.5 yards, or 16.5 feet, and is equivalent to a quarter of a chain. Which major city is served by O'Hare International Airport? Chicago. O'Hare International Airport, ORD, is one of the world's busiest airports and serves the city of Chicago, Illinois, USA. It acts as a major hub for both domestic and international air travel, significantly contributing to global connectivity and the regional economy. Which well-known politician has the given names Michael McIntosh? Michael Foot. Michael Foot, 1913 to 2006, was a prominent British Labour Party politician who served as leader of the opposition from 1980 to 1983. Known for his intellectual prowess, eloquent speeches, and socialist convictions, he was a significant figure in 20th-century British politics. Who was the first person to achieve a speed of 300 meters p.h. in a motor car? Malcolm Campbell. Malcolm Campbell was a British speed record breaker. He achieved the land speed record of over 300 meters p.h. 480 kilometers per hour in his car, Bluebird V, on September 3, 1935, at the Bonneville Salt Flats, Utah, marking a significant milestone in automotive engineering. Who was the individual who died in 1967 while attempting to exceed 300 meters p.h. on water? Donald Campbell. Donald Campbell, son of Sir Malcolm Campbell, was a British speed record breaker. He tragically died on January 4, 1967, during a water speed record attempt on Coniston Water in his hydroplane, Bluebird K7, after exceeding 300 meters p.h., continuing his family's legacy of setting speed records. In music, what does the term diminuendo signify? Gradually decreasing in loudness. In musical notation, diminuendo is an instruction to gradually decrease the volume of the music. It is often abbreviated as dim, and is the opposite of crescendo, which means to gradually increase in loudness, contributing to the expressive quality of a performance. Which major city is served by Dulles International Airport? Washington, D.C. Washington Dulles International Airport, IAD, is a major international airport serving the Baltimore-Washington metropolitan area. It is located in Loudoun and Fairfax counties in Virginia and is one of the three primary airports serving the capital city of Washington, D.C. How many miles are equivalent to 1 league? 3 miles. A league is a historical unit of length or, more commonly, of distance. It was commonly defined as the distance a person could walk in 1 hour, and its value varied by region and era. In English-speaking countries, a league is generally understood to be 3 miles. In a code, the word great is written FQDZS. In the same code, how would the word danger be written? CZMFDQ. This question assesses logical reasoning skills, specifically pattern recognition in letter substitution. Each letter in the original word is replaced by the preceding letter in the alphabet. Applying this rule to danger yields CZMFDQ. In a code, the word look is written ORRN. In the same code, how would the word stop be written? VWRS. This question assesses analytical reasoning and pattern recognition. The coding pattern involves adding 3 to the alphabetical position of each letter. Applying this rule to stop results in VWRS. A shandy gaff is either 1. A type of sail used on 2-masted schooners 2. An Australian sheep shearer 3. A mixture of beer and ginger beer 4. A tropical fish. A mixture of beer and ginger beer. A shandy gaff is a traditional British drink, a type of shandy specifically made by mixing beer with ginger beer. This beverage is known for its refreshing quality and lower alcohol content compared to plain beer. Into which body of water does the river Euphrates flow? Persian Gulf. The Euphrates is the longest river in Western Asia, originating in Turkey and flowing through Syria and Iraq. It converges with the Tigris River to form the Shatt al-Arab, which then empties into the Persian Gulf, a crucial waterway in the Middle East. Which Welsh castle was the last stronghold of Owain Glyndwr? Harlech. Harlech Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, served as the last stronghold of Owain Glyndwr, the last native prince of Wales, during his rebellion against English rule in the early 15th century. Its strategic location and formidable defences made it a crucial symbol of Welsh resistance. Name the alleged IRA bomber who escaped from Brixton prison in December. Gerard Touté. Gerard Touté was an alleged Provisional IRA member who gained notoriety for escaping Brixton prison in December 1980. His escape was a high-profile incident that led to an extensive manhunt and raised concerns about security in British prisons during that period. In which town did the famous gunfight at the OK Corral take place? Tombstone. The gunfight at the OK Corral was a legendary 30-second shootout between lawmen and outlaws in Tombstone, Arizona Territory, on October 26, 1881. It is one of the most famous events in the history of the American Old West, involving Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, Morgan Earp, and Doc Holliday against the Clayton and McClory Cowboys. Murophobia is the abnormal fear of what? Mice. Murophobia is a specific type of phobia characterized by an intense and irrational fear of mice or rats. Like other phobias, it can cause significant distress and anxiety in affected individuals when exposed to the feared object. Name the former dentist who assisted the Earp brothers in the gunfight at the OK Corral. Doc Holliday. John Henry, Doc Holliday was an American gambler, gunfighter, and dentist who is best known for his friendship with Wyatt Earp and his involvement in the gunfight at the OK Corral. Despite his background as a dentist, he became a notorious figure of the American Old West. Which Welsh castle was captured by Owain Glyndwr's forces while the English garrison was attending church? Conwy Castle. Conwy Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was famously seized by Owain Glyndwr's forces during the Welsh Revolt of 1400. This daring act occurred on Good Friday, 1401, when the English garrison was attending church, marking a significant early success for Glynd. Into which body of water does the Zambezi River flow? Indian Ocean. The Zambezi River is the fourth longest river in Africa, flowing approximately 2,574 kilometers, 1,599 miles. It originates in Zambia, flows through Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, before emptying into the Indian Ocean. A teetotum is primarily defined as which of the following? A child's spinning top. A teetotum is a small, four-sided spinning top, typically used in games of chance. Each side bears a different letter or symbol, determining the outcome of a player's turn, making it a simple tool for entertainment and mild gambling. Name the Italian location, north of Naples, renowned for its production of porcelain figures, especially those depicting tramps, beggars, and street urchins. Capodimonte. Capodimonte refers to a type of porcelain produced in Naples, Italy, since the 18th century. Known for its intricate, highly detailed figurines, it often depicts rustic scenes in common folk, earning significant acclaim for its delicate craftsmanship. Who authored the classic children's novel, Swallows and Amazons? Arthur Ransome. Swallows and Amazons is a celebrated children's adventure novel written by Arthur Ransome, first published in 1930. The book is the first in a series depicting the summer adventures of the Walker children as they sail and camp on a lake in the Lake District of England. Which coin ceased to be legal tender on September 1, 1971? Pennies and threepenny bits. This event marks a key phase in the United Kingdom's transition to a decimal monetary system, following Decimal Day on February 15, 1971. The withdrawal of legal tender status for these pre-decimal coins completed the shift away from the traditional pound, shilling, and pence system. Which port city is located at the mouth of the River Seine? Le Havre. Le Havre is a significant port city in northern France, situated on the English Channel at the mouth of the River Seine. It is a major hub for maritime trade, particularly container shipping, and an important economic center for the Normandy region. Tokay wine is primarily produced in which country? Hungary. Tokaji wine, widely known as Tokay, is a historically significant and highly regarded sweet wine originating from the Tokaj wine region of Hungary. Its unique characteristics are largely due to the use of noble rot, Botrytis cinerea, which concentrates the sugars and flavors in the grapes, creating a complex and sought-after beverage. According to the Sermon on the Mount, who shall inherit the earth? The meek. This phrase, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth," is one of the Beatitudes from the Sermon on the Mount, a pivotal teaching of Jesus found in the Gospel of Matthew. It conveys a spiritual principle emphasizing humility and gentleness as virtues that lead to ultimate reward. Which company manufactured the American World War II bomber, the Flying Fortress? Boeing. The Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress was an iconic four-engine heavy bomber developed by the Boeing Aircraft Company for the United States Army Air Corps. It played a critical role in strategic daylight bombing campaigns during World War II, particularly over Europe, known for its ruggedness and formidable defensive armament. According to the Sermon on the Mount, who shall be called the children of God? The peacemakers. From the Sermon on the Mount, in the Gospel of Matthew, the Beatitude, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God," highlights the divine recognition of those who strive for peace. It promotes active reconciliation and harmony as a core spiritual virtue. Schnapps was originally produced in which country? Holland, Netherlands. While schnapps is a broad term for distilled alcoholic beverages, often fruit brandies, originating from Germanic regions, the answer, Holland, likely refers to Geneva. Geneva, a juniper-flavored spirit, is the traditional liquor of the Netherlands and Belgium and is considered a precursor to gin, making it a historically significant Dutch spirit. What is the name of the port located at the mouth of the river Weser? Bremerhaven. Bremerhaven is a major port city in Germany, situated at the confluence of the river Weser and the North Sea. It plays a crucial role in international trade and is one of Europe's largest container ports. Which British currency denomination ceased to be legal tender on the 21st of November 1970? The 10-shilling note. The 10-shilling note, also known as the 10-bob note, was replaced by the 50-pence coin in the lead up to decimalisation in the United Kingdom. Its withdrawal in 1970 marked a significant step in the transition to the new decimal currency system. Who composed the opera, Der Rosenkavalier? Richard Strauss. Der Rosenkavalier is one of the most celebrated operas by the German composer Richard Strauss, first performed in 1911. Known for its lush orchestration and poignant melodies, it is a key work in the repertoire of 20th century opera. What valuable product is extracted from the seeds of the flax plant? Linseed oil. Linseed oil is a natural oil obtained by pressing dried ripe seeds of the flax plant, Linum usitatissimum. It is widely used in paints, varnishes, and as a dietary supplement due to its high omega-3 fatty acid content. Which renowned artist is famous for masterpieces such as A Girl in a Window, The Man with the Golden Helmet, and The Night Watch? Rembrandt van Rijn. Rembrandt van Rijn was a Dutch Golden Age painter and printmaker, widely considered one of the greatest visual artists in the history of art. His works, including The Night Watch, are celebrated for their dramatic use of light and shadow, psychological depth, and mastery of portraiture. Which English cathedral boasts the tallest spire? Salisbury Cathedral. Salisbury Cathedral, located in Wiltshire, England, is renowned for having the tallest cathedral spire in the United Kingdom, reaching 123 meters, 404 feet. Its construction was largely completed in just 38 years, a remarkable feat for a medieval building of its scale. What is the equivalent rank in the Royal Air Force, RAF, to an Army Major? Squadron Leader. In the British Armed Forces, the rank of Squadron Leader in the Royal Air Force is equivalent to that of a Major in the British Army and a Lieutenant Commander in the Royal Navy. These ranks denote a mid-level commissioned officer position with significant leadership responsibilities. Which is the only cathedral in England with 3 spires? Lichfield. Lichfield Cathedral is unique in England for possessing 3 spires, a distinctive architectural feature. Its construction began in the 12th century, showcasing impressive English Gothic design and holding significant historical and religious importance. Against which country did Russia declare war in 1939? Finland. Russia, the Soviet Union, declared war against Finland in November 1939, initiating the Winter War. This conflict, lasting until March 1940, arose from Soviet territorial demands and served as a precursor to the larger engagements of World War II. What is the name of the fatty substance obtained from wool, used in ointments and cosmetics? Lanolin. Lanolin is a waxy substance secreted by the sebaceous glands of wool-bearing animals, primarily sheep. It is extensively used in cosmetics, skincare products, and ointments due to its excellent emollient and moisturizing properties, making it effective for treating dry skin. What do Grancher, plain bob, Stedman, and treble bob have in common? Bell ringing. Grancher, plain bob, Stedman, and treble bob are all recognized methods or changes in the traditional art of campanology or bell ringing. These specific sequences guide ringers in producing intricate and melodious patterns from a set of church bells. What do Black Joke, Lads A Bunchum, Shepherd's Hay, and Constant Billy have in common? Morris dancing. Black Joke, Lads A Bunchum, Shepherd's Hay, and Constant Billy are traditional tunes or dances associated with Morris dancing. Morris dancing is an English folk dance, typically accompanied by music, involving rhythmic steps and choreographed figures performed by a group of dancers. In which U.S. city was the 192-meter tall Gateway Arch built on the west bank of the Mississippi River in the mid-1960s? St. Louis. The Gateway Arch, a 192-meter tall stainless steel monument, is located in St. Louis, Missouri, on the west bank of the Mississippi River. Completed in 1965, it commemorates the westward expansion of the United States and stands as an iconic symbol of the city. Named after the Queen Consort of George III, which is the largest city in North Carolina? Charlotte. Charlotte is the largest city in North Carolina, named after Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, the Queen Consort of King George III during the colonial era. It is a major economic hub, particularly renowned for its banking and financial industries. Espoo, with a population of approximately 248,000, is the second largest city in which European country? Finland. Espoo is the second largest city in Finland, situated directly adjacent to the capital city, Helsinki. It serves as a significant hub for technology and research, home to Aalto University and numerous high-tech companies. With an urban population of about 700,000, which is the largest city within the EU but not geographically located in Europe? Las Palmas. Las Palmas de Gran Canaria is the largest city in the European Union that is not geographically situated on the European continent. It is one of the co-capitals of the Canary Islands, an autonomous community of Spain, located off the northwest coast of Africa. The Bruce Highway, the longest in Queensland, runs for 1,700 kilometers from Brisbane to which other city? Cairns. The Bruce Highway is Queensland's longest highway, extending approximately 1,700 kilometers along the eastern coast of Australia. It connects the state capital, Brisbane, in the south to the city of Cairns in the far north, serving as a vital transport link for both tourism and commerce. Which 7th century daughter of a Mercian king is the patron saint of Chester? Saint Werba. Saint Werba was a Mercian princess and abbess in the 7th century, venerated as a saint for her piety and monastic leadership. Her relics were eventually brought to Chester Abbey, establishing her enduring association and patronage with the city. Which eponymous Shakespearean character was King of Scotland from 1040 until his death in 1057? Macbeth. Macbeth was a real Scottish king who ruled from 1040 to 1057. William Shakespeare later immortalized him in his tragedy, Macbeth, albeit with significant dramatic license. The play explores themes of ambition and guilt, becoming one of Shakespeare's most famous works. In which year was the TUC, Trades Union Congress, formed at a meeting in Manchester? 1868. The Trades Union Congress, TUC, was founded in 1868 in Manchester, representing the collective voice of trade unions in the United Kingdom. It played a crucial role in advocating for workers' rights, improved working conditions, and social justice throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. Which hereditary title was held by William Lamb, who served as Prime Minister when Queen Victoria acceded to the throne in 1837? Viscount Melbourne. William Lamb, 2nd Viscount Melbourne, served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom twice, notably at the time of Queen Victoria's accession in 1837. He was a prominent Whig politician and played a significant role in guiding the young Queen through the early years of her reign. In 1468, Orkney was ceded to Scotland in lieu of an unpaid dowry by the king of which country? Norway. In 1468, the Orkney Islands were pledged by Christian I of Denmark and Norway to James III of Scotland as security for the dowry of his daughter, Margaret, who was to marry James. When the dowry was not paid, the islands permanently became part of Scotland. This event significantly shaped the territorial integrity of Scotland. The Clanackley riots of August 1911, which resulted in 6 fatalities, were caused by a strike in which industry? Railways. The Clanackley riots of August 1911 were a violent culmination of a national railway strike in the United Kingdom. Striking workers in Clanackley, Wales, clashed with troops called in to maintain order, leading to several deaths. This event highlights the intense industrial unrest and the government's response to labor disputes during the early 20th century. Who reigned over England for more than half of the 13th century? Henry III. Henry III reigned as King of England from 1216 to 1272, a period spanning 56 years, which indeed accounts for more than half of the 13th century. His long reign was marked by significant political and constitutional developments, including conflicts with the barons and the emergence of parliamentary structures. Identify the individual who served as a leader of the Virginia colony in Jamestown in the early 17th century and also a post-war leader of the Labour Party in the United Kingdom. John Smith. This question refers to 2 distinct historical figures named John Smith. The first is Captain John Smith, a key leader of the Jamestown colony in Virginia in the early 17th century, known for his exploration and survival skills. The second is John Smith, a prominent British Labour Party politician who served as leader of the opposition from 1992 until his untimely death in 1994, known for his commitment to social justice. Which species of python is the longest snake in the world and derives its name from the Latin for net-like, due to the patterns on its skin? Reticulated python. The reticulated python, Malapython reticulatus, is native to Southeast Asia and holds the record as the world's longest snake. Its scientific name, reticulatus, is Latin for net-like, aptly describing the complex geometric patterns on its skin. What is the shape of the central tower of the Palace of Westminster, and similarly, the central lobby located beneath it? Octagonal. The Palace of Westminster, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to the UK Parliament, features prominent architectural elements that are octagonal in shape. This includes the central tower and the central lobby, reflecting the Gothic Revival architectural style employed in its reconstruction after the 1834 fire.